soldiers who are fighting overseas have fewer allies. And it will make us unsafe because the nations of the world will no longer look up to us. But most of all, it is against what America is all about. America, for its history, has been a shining beacon, and it has said, we welcome you if you are oppressed because of your religion, because of your political beliefs, because of who you are. The lady in the harbor, in the city in which I live, holds a wonderful torch. That torch has stood for the greatness of America to all Americans and to the citizens of the world. We will not let this evil order extinguish that great torch. We will not let this evil order make us less American. We will fight it with everything we have, and we will win this fight.
I'll do the real people now. Okay. Let us all hold our candles high as the Statue of Liberty, the Lady of Liberty, let me just get near the mic, holds the torch high. Our president has stooped low in this order. We here tonight ask the president to withdraw this unconstitutional order.
Yes.
Yes. And now it is my privilege, our privilege, to introduce Farah Amir Kamal and Omar Al-Mazgad with their stories, their courageous stories.
Yes. Are they here? Where are they?
Okay. Then next, we will have, there were next, the Senator Murphy.
Yes, Senator Chris Murphy.
Connecticut!
Okay, we'll go next. Okay.
Murphy!
Senator Hirono. This was not logistically
Chuck,
planned.
trying to talk to you. Chuck, he's trying to talk to you.
Will there be a question and answer?
Okay.
Okay, Representative Jerry Nadler.
Yay!
Okay, we got one
yeah.
this here.
Good. I'm good.
Thank you very much.
New York is in the house.
Thank you, Leader Pelosi and Senator Schumer. I'm Congressman Jerry Nadler. I represent the 10th Congressional District in New York, the home of the Statue of Liberty and the home of Ellis Island. Those symbols of America's proud tradition of welcoming people to our shores are a little beaten and battered today because of the little man in the White House, Donald Trump. When the president signed his dangerously stupid executive order Friday afternoon, I knew that it was unconstitutional, discriminatory, and morally reprehensible. What I did not know was that people all over this country would join together so quickly to fight this outrageous policy and to help those in need. That gives me great hope that our country can overcome this dark time. We must overcome this dark time. We must overcome this little man in the White House who is disgracing our history and disgracing our traditions. We must continue to welcome people from all over the world, regardless of their race or their color or their religion or their creed or their national origin. That's what our Constitution demands. That's what our law demands. That's what our people demands. And we will prevail.
Senator.
No ban! No wall! No ban! No wall! No ban! No wall! No ban!
Okay.
No ban! No wall!
Senator Ben Cardin.
We are here tonight to make sure that this executive order is repealed and never becomes effective here in the United States of America. This executive order on immigration and refugees is reckless, it's dangerous, and I am ashamed about that executive order. It's against the principles of our nation. It makes us less safe. When we rely upon our allies to help us, we are isolating America with this executive order. We will not allow this nation to impose a religious test as to who can come to America. That is not the United States that we love. We are going to speak out and do everything we need to make sure this does not happen here under our watch. We are united to say no to this type of action. We're going to be here tonight. We're going to be on the floor of the Senate. We're going to be on the floor of the House. We're going to take this debate to the American people. What you see here tonight is happening all over this country. And people are standing up around the world. They need the U.S. leadership for refugees. And the United States must answer that call. So together, we are committed to make sure this executive order is repealed. Together, we will succeed.
We will. Yay! Call on it, Congress.
Last question.
Nydia.
Just identify yourself.
Yes.
I'm Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez, and I represent the 7th Congressional District in New York. Saturday, I was with my colleague, Jerry Nadler. We were called by immigrant groups to alert us that there were people that were about to be deported. And I am here to say, as a member of Congress, Mr. President, what you did is shameful. This is not, it is not how you run the government to issue such an executive order that is unconstitutional, that undermines the national security of our country, but also that mistreat people who worked like the person, Amit Darwish. It breaks my heart to see how these refugees who are seeking a better life, who are escaping violence from this country, that we turned our backs on them. That is not who we are. That is un-American. And we will fight to bring justice to everyone in this country, and especially those refugees that are escaping the realities and the horror. Imagine for these men who work for the U.S. government to make it to New York legally and to be detained. Imagine what it was for him to see his wife and his children allowed to enter the United States, and he was handcuffed. That is not the American way, and we are here to say, Mr. President, we're asking you to please reverse this ill-conceived, ill-advised executive order. Is totally un-American. That is not who we are.
Thank you. And now we are asking, we have our two people who just came here, refugees. If you're here, come forward. Farah Amar Kamal and Omar El Muqad. In the meantime, we'll first have Senator Cory Booker. Then we'll hear from Elizabeth Warren.
Can you hear me?
No.
Get up there. Can you hear me now?
Go use
Can
the mic.
you hear me now?
It's not working.
It's not working? Test, 1, 2.
No,
Can you hear now?
We don't have time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Today we don't stand out here as members of Congress.
Yes.
We don't stand here as members of a race or a religion.
Right.
Today we all stand here as American citizens. Every generation of American citizens have had to earn the right to enjoy the freedoms and the privileges of citizenship. Every generation has faced the choice. Do we let our ideals expand or retract? Do we let our freedoms grow or do they retrench? Do we let love expand or do we let love be beaten by hate? This generation now has our test. There is a shadow hanging over our ideals and our values. There is an assault on our values and our principles. And now more than ever, we must choose to fight, we must choose to resist, We must choose to stand up for what we believe in. Now more than ever.
Okay, good.
Now more than ever, as Donald Trump proceeds with an unconstitutional and immoral executive order, we must stand up to this test and fight to make sure that the truth of America is known. I want this last point to be clear. Nothing worthwhile is easy. The values that we enjoy, the freedoms that we have, were paid for by the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors.
Yes.
We now cannot choose to luxuriate in those fights before us. We must earn them now. This fight will be long, this fight will be difficult. But we must understand, when somebody attacks Muslim Americans, they attack all of us. When someone attacks with prejudice, we must respond with love. And so I call on everybody standing here and those that can hear my voice, that we now must be determined to fight for the long haul. We must be determined to stand up for refugees. We must be determined to stand up against hate. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey.